What is up? What is up, guys? All right, so yeah, it's been a minute. I missed about a week of this upload, and I apologize. This is probably one of my favorite audio style presentations to give, and I missed it. And the reason I fucking missed it is I was too busy observing. I had an idea what I wanted to talk about on this episode of Talking to Myself, and and I knew what I wanted to talk about, so I started, gathering my material and taking my notes. And then I started seeing the things I want to talk about happen in complete, just like, it was as if the world, the universe knew that, and I apologize for the fucking cars and trucks and all that. We're outside in the back of a building right now, the back of my building, actually. But I kept seeing all the things I wanted to jam on, all these things I wanted to talk about today. And what I wanted to talk about was real quick. How many of you guys, how many of you out here know my story as to why I call this What the Fuck Gym Talk? How many of you guys know that? No one? No, it just sounded cool. It allowed me to swear, right? It wasn't taken. No, actually, let me break this out for you. The reason I decided to call this thing What the Fuck Gym Talk is because I, as a business owner, was having these what the fuck moments all the time, right? In my business, this would happen. Oh, what the fuck, right? An employee would do this. And I'd be like, what the fuck were you thinking, right? I'd have some clients send in an email that I thought was just completely asinine. I'd just be like, oh, what in the fucking fuck are you talking about, right? We can all relate to this stuff as business owners. And then, so that was like where it started. I wanted to talk and give you guys like kind of the solutions and talk about my what the fuck moments as a business owner. And then as I started getting to making content, it became, what the fuck are you doing? I started looking around at other business owners and seeing shit that, I hadn't seen before, or them creating problems for themselves that I just thought were so fucking unnecessary. So that's kind of this inverse dual, significance of the title to What the Fuck Gym Talk. And today we're going to go ahead and dive into some of the more what the fuck moments I've been having when going ahead and looking at every single one of your businesses, when I see what it is you're doing out there, and whether it's in person or digitally, whatever it may be. And here's the first one. Here's what we're going to kick this fucker off with. The relatively new gym owner, right? Could be any one of you guys. Let's call it relatively new. Let's call it maybe like less than 2 years in. That's still very much infancy stage. You've been doing it for about 27 seconds at that point. And all I ever see from you in your digital presence, maybe I run into you at the local, fitness equipment store. Maybe I even get a chance to talk to you. I see you locally here. Maybe you're someone I'm referring to locally in Charlotte, or you're another gym owner I've had the pleasure of my travels of running into. And I literally, what I see in your daily, day-to-day life is training. You post, as a business owner, more videos of you practicing the sandbag run for an upcoming throwdown at a CrossFit no one gives a fuck competition, and you're posting about it. That's what you're doing at 2 p.m. You, who own a business that's relatively new, are busy training in the middle of the fucking day instead of doing the shit to grow the business. And again, it's because you're probably early on. Maybe you started with a nest egg of money, or maybe you just haven't really realized the financial burden that the business creates, or whatever it may be. Or maybe business is great and you can just do whatever the fuck you want. Probably not the latter. But I see these videos of these gym owners that are brand new and they're training. I even DM'd one. And if you're listening to this, if you're the guy, you know exactly who I'm, you'll know that I'm talking about you. Someone shot me a message about a video, and I said, oh, great, why can't you get something done between such and such hours? He said, oh, because I'm training. And I sent him right back one of the Bitmojis, like, come again? Like, wait, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. What'd you say you're doing? So I'm training. You're training? But what do you mean you're training? Oh, yeah, no, I'm training for enter whatever. It could be a local throwdown. It could be nothing. Like, that's the best, is when it's nothing. Like, oh, I just need to work on my snatch. You need to work on your snatch? Fuckhead. Rent's due in 13 days, right? You know how, like, you don't exactly love waking up at 4:45 a.m. every day and you're kind of wishing you had someone to maybe take a couple of those morning classes? You're not going to find them in the middle of your two-position snatch drills, fuckface. Training, like, it's like that Allen Iverson. Is it Allen Iverson? Practice? Like that fucking video? Like, practice? We're talking about practice? You're practicing for what? The fuck are you practicing for? The fuck are you training for? I'm sorry, I must have forgot. You get paid for your snatch skills. You get paid so you can do Marcus Phillies, chest to bar, toe to bar, bar muscle up, whatever he calls that fucking really cool gymnastics looking thing. That's you, right? I totally fucking forgot. That's what you get paid to do. So you got this young gym owner who's still so deep in the Kool-Aid. Like, they've got that, like, fucking, like, they just came up from, you know, just doing a keg stand. It's all over their fucking face. They're just drunk on the goddamn Kool-Aid. Snatching and legless rope climbs and all these CrossFit-y fucking sport things are at the forefront of their daily effort. Fucking training? Bro. And then this is the best, to cap it off. This is a real person I'm talking about. I see a post. And it says, it was like 9 p.m. at night, and the same individual makes this post and goes, you know what, guys? I'm getting ready to do it. Finally taking the plunge. Season 1, Episode 1, Game of Thrones starts tonight. What the fuck? I just, like, I had to, like, refresh, make sure, like, that wasn't, like, you know, from 6 years ago or something. Nope, the feed was accurate. Season 1, you're about to embark on 136 or whatever the fuck it is hours of video at 9 o'clock at night. You own a gym. You're the only employee. You do it all yourself. I know you're not overly profitable. You literally are going to start watching Game of Thrones at 9 o'clock at night, train in the middle of the afternoon, and then you'll be that fuckhead that wants to show up in the CrossFit Affiliate Owners Forums or come to me with your fucking question. Man, how do I do this? How you put down the barbell and you go and you pick up a fucking Excel sheet. Right? You fucking stop watching Game of Thrones and you go ahead and you actually walk around other businesses and talk to people and see if they might maybe be interested in your service, but they're probably not, because if they show up in the middle of the afternoon, they're going to have to, you know, be a guest audience of one to watch you fucking clean and jerk. Training, it just drives me up a fucking wall. Like, do you guys not like that avatar, like that what the fuck moment for me when I see that? Because I know the intentions there and I know what the train wreck that is coming for that individual. They're going to just like, oh, it's all fun and games. I'm making just enough money to keep the doors open. Oh, I'm really loving owning a gym, all that good shit. And then they're going to come into this thing and it's just going to hit them one day. They're going to have one financial setback that just makes them realize, oh, fuck. Me spending 4 hours a week training and uploading those videos to like Vimeo or YouTube so I can send them to my remote coach so he can give me some coaching as to how to improve my 1RM snatch. That probably wasn't the best utilization of my time and energy. But it'll be too late by then, or at least you'll have dug yourself a fucking hole. And now you got to come to guys like me. You got to go and fucking binge fucking hours of my content or someone else's to kind of play catch up because you were playing Clubhouse. Training. Gee, get the fuck out of here. And the thing is, on that whole thing, the combative thing is, well, Stu, what am I supposed to give up my fitness just because I own a gym? Yeah, you're supposed to make a lot of sacrifices when you start a business, asshole. You must not have read that in the goddamn brochure. You missed that brochure on career day. The Rich Froning booth and the gym owner booth were too close to each other and you got confused, fucko. What are you're gonna be marginally fitter? Marginally, you're gonna come in fucking second place at your local fucking city throwdown and get a tub of fucking Progenics and a fucking certificate and some cool swag. That's what you're training for? You're gonna be marginally fitter. You're gonna beat a bunch of other 9-to-5 workers at Bank of America that fitness 4 times a week and thought it'd be cool to fucking strap on the uniform and go out on the field and play pretend sports. That's you? Guess what? You'll be marginally fitter. You'll be significantly less profitable. Guaranteed. God, that was just, that's that one there. And it just hits home because it's it is a local guy. Like it's a local guy, and I fucking feel for this dude, and I know he's going to. I'm literally got notes out here. I'm looking because I've just had so many of these. I just know he's gonna fucking eat it. But if you're listening to this and you recognize yourself, I'll be there to help. I'll be there to catch you when you fall, when you've got your fucking third place trophy from your competition, and you're about to go out of business. I will be your dude. Oh, here it is. God, I even know I fucking didn't remember this one. The I need systems guy. The I need systems guy. Like, if I want to go palm the forehead in a what the fuck moment, give me the I need systems. So, like, if a gym owner is talking to other gym owners, or they're talking to a guy like myself or someone else in this industry, and I say, what is it that you need? How can I help you? And they're like, well, I need systems. Like, systems are like this thing, right? And I know what they're saying. They're like, I need a way to do things to make the business more successful. And here is my answer to you. They already fucking exist. If you've been in business for 2 months, you have some systems. If you have sold one membership, you have a system. If you have submitted one cancellation or processed one cancellation. If you've ever had another coach come in and then they started coaching for you, you have an HR system. You have a training system. It is not perfect. It is not dialed in. But please, for the love of fucking Christ, stop telling people or asking or searching or paying money for systems. What are systems? Let's just, like, what the fuck is a system? What the fuck is a system? It is a protocol of the way things get done, Stuart, in my gym that's going to make it more profitable. Cool. So it's the actually documented way to do anything. Think about that. It is the documented way to do anything. Okay, so you've been doing things in your gym. I'm not saying they're perfect, but you've been doing things in your gym. Just document them. It is so much more amazing. Like, you know, I told you guys, I literally just pulled out my phone, look at my notes on this. It is so much more impressive how you can critique your work when it is actually on paper and not just, oh, I just do it by instinct. So many of you guys do your shit by feel, by instinct, by mood, by the situation in that moment on that particular day. That's why you don't feel like you have a system, is because you've never taken time to write the shit down. I talk about this in Microgym University in the entire operational flow, because I hate the word systems, but I'm going to use it because it's more popular than operational flow. Your systems exist. You just haven't documented them. Screen records, like when you're going through your Zen planner or your mind body and how to add people, delete people, charge people, run reports, right? Actually just writing down what you do when you walk in first thing. Like, if you ever, like, listen, just sit down for a fucking second, take out your pen and write this down. Create a shared Google Doc and write down the things I do when I open up the gym in the morning. Make it a bullet list. Fuck the grammar. Who cares? It doesn't have to be pretty, but write it the fuck down and then look at it. Bingo. You've got a fucking system. Now, if you needed to describe and tell somebody this is what you do when you open the gym in the morning, it's fucking there. You need a system. I think of the hot dog and the Pepsi and the beer vendors at like NFL and like sporting matches and shit like that, where like they're running around like, cold beer, get your cold. Like, I just picture like you're looking for the systems guy to come by. Like, systems, get your fucking systems here. Onboarding system, I got one, 2 for 1. Like, what are you looking for? Fucking systems. You've got them. Like, literally, if you needed systems, is now really the time? Like, you think about it, like, you're like 3 years into doing this, you're like, yeah, fuck, I really need systems. How are you where you are? How are the doors still open 3 years later if you don't have any of these? Well, I just wake up and I don't know. Next thing I know, I'm in the gym, and then I just like open my eyes again and I'm coaching, and then I'm at a computer and I'm sending emails to random people. I think they're clients. And then next thing you know, I'm doing it again in the evening, same thing, and I close. What, do you just go through your fucking day not realizing what you do? You have systems, you asshole. You have systems. Document what you're doing. Like, literally create a shared Google Doc. Share it with your staff. Just make bullet points. Watch your coaches coach classes and then sit there and make bullet points as to how they break down the class flow. This time we do this. At this time we do this. At this time we do this. Do a screen record every time you do anything in your member management system, and then record it, save it to a private YouTube channel, give it to your coaches so that they now have a private, playlist of screen records of where you walked them through, okay, guys, so today I'm going to show you really quick Donna's charge. Donna, who the fuck's Donna? Sally. Sally's charge didn't go through. All right, so here's how I know that. I opened up the dashboard, I saw this, so I pulled this report, I went into her account, I clicked it. You guys know how fucking screen record works. You've all watched some tutorial. Fucking systems. You don't need systems. That is just like, I feel like that's just like kind of like the, I need help. But nobody wants to say help, so they want to sound a little more refined. I just need systems. Stu, if I had systems, good God, I'd have 4 Ferraris, all kinds of different colors, and fucking hoes and bitches just everywhere. I'd be eating caviar fucking out of Nicki Minaj's pussy. Shit would just be cray. I just have it figured the fuck out. No, you wouldn't. You don't need fucking systems. You have them. You're doing things. Now, they're not optimal. It's like taking your car. You got a car. You know how to drive it. You might not be a great driver. Your car might not be running optimally. Someone can teach you how to drive better. Someone can tune up your vehicle. But you don't need systems. And when you write them down, you can evaluate and realize which ones are really the weakest link. Because when you go to write down the ones that you don't really have, boom, there you go. Like, yeah, we really don't have a structured cancellation process. Okay, there we go. That is something you might actually need. But what do you do? Well, I kind of do this. Okay, then there's a system. It just sucks. It just fucking blows. I've never, ever, 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 and all the gym owners I've worked with, ever had a gym owner who actually needed a system. They just needed to document their current one and then refine it, make it better. But all of you fuckers, like when I see that, like, oh, does anyone have a system for, that is one of my biggest what the fuck moments looking at you guys. What else do we have here? This is just, this list is so fucking long. Oh boy. Like, I don't know if the camera's got me probably waist up, but this just gave me a 3/4 chub. The gym owner that comes to me and goes, Stu, I've been trying to make PT First happen. I believe that PT First is going to be a great revenue for my gym. My coaches, though, they just don't want to do it, dude. They just don't want to do PT First. They're not really into PT. Oh, that's interesting. That's real interesting. So let me get this straight. Your group coaches, who are professional group coaches, by the way, and when I mean professional, I mean they were doing CrossFit for about 2 years, and then you offered to pay for them to go to their L1, which they did, they accepted, and then they passed it, which a fucking monkey could pass, and now they've been coaching for about 7 months, and your professional coaches don't want to do one-on-one. So I want you to sit down for a second. I want you to take a deep breath, call your mother. This might be a little upsetting. The reason your coaches don't want to do one-on-one is because they're not real fucking fitness professionals. I'm staring at the front camera. Like, those of you guys listening to this on the podcast, I am just death staring the fucking camera down. They're not real fitness professionals, and they are afraid to be exposed. Here is my theory on this, and you can tell me to go fuck myself if you want, but just please do it in the form of video so I can use it for the vlog. Blog. Who the fuck blogs? Listen, I want you to think about this scenario. You have a client who did PT First. You sold someone PT First, and you go ahead and you hand it off to Coach Johnny. Coach Johnny is working with Sally, and now you have given him, hey, she bought 10 sessions. Here's what I want you to do in each of these 10 sessions. And by the way, I'm going to observe it because I've never seen you do a lot of one-on-one work. Coach Johnny shits his fucking pants. His fucking highlight shorts are just fucking mud monkeyed, just done. Because now he doesn't have the opportunity to be excused for his lack of ability to actually make change to human movement because, oh, well, class had to get going, or, oh, I had to run over and deal with Johnson in the corner whose knees were caving in, or, oh, my God, the rower broke, so I had to go run, grab a D battery and put it in the monitor. Like, he has no excuse. He had an hour. He either taught it or he didn't. And any one of you guys who would say, oh, well, no, my coaches are great, but you've never seen them coach in a one-on-one setting, you were full of shit. You were lying to yourself, and whether how much you hate this or you don't agree with it, you know in your soul of soul, your heart of hearts, there's fucking truth in it. Seriously, have your coach be like, hey, listen, today you're going to go over the kettlebell deadlift, the barbell deadlift, the sumo deadlift high pull, and kippy mechanics. That is what you're doing with Sally in her session number 7, right? Let's just say that was it, hypothetically. In session 7, those are the 4 movements you go through. Because guess what? Doing PT is not a 3, 2, 1 go. There is no workout. It is literally an hour of skills and drills. It looks like a golf lesson. It looks like private dancing lessons. It looks like guitar lessons. It doesn't look like a mini class of one. And you know what happens? That coach can either fucking do it or they can't. And you sit back and you watch, you go, holy shit, he's really having a hard time teaching that kip. Holy fuck, why is he having her set up like that for the deadlift? The bar's not even at her shins. Is he doing that in class? And he knows he is on fucking spotlight. He knows he can't hide from it now. He either gets it done or he doesn't. You guys realize group coaching is not a high quality thing. It's not a hard thing to do. It is cat herding. No, Stu, I have the best group coach. I'm like, listen, I bet you they're good. They probably run an efficient class. Some people learn some things. Some people actually change their movement patterns, but not everybody. And if you were to give someone a case study of one individual, and this person has never done any of these things, and you have these 10 sessions to take them through, you could verify and you could say confidently to me, Stu, this guy does one-on-one. He took this woman who literally was a motor moron. She didn't know a fucking hip hinge from her asshole. And look at her now. Hang cleans and everything. She can climb a rope and everything. Because he was actually able to teach it to her. A PT session is teaching. Group coaching is coaching. It's given a few cues, but you know how to play the game. It's cat herding professionally. The fucking gym owner that's like, yeah, but just my guys don't want to do it. They just don't want to do it. Here's the one, and I've got a lot of respect. I've had guys that I really respect in the industry, gyms I've had the pleasure of working with, will go ahead and tell me, yeah, man, they just don't want to. They don't like the one-on-one setting. They just don't want to do PT. They don't want to work with someone one-on-one. What the fuck kind of individual do you have working for you? You like it just right. Okay, cool. So let me get this straight. You're telling me that this coach feels uncomfortable or not, it's not desirable for them to work one-on-one with a client to improve their movement, to make them fitter, to make them fully appreciate fitness. They only want to do it in a group setting. Why? Because it's lazier, and don't you fucking think for a second that I'm wrong. Don't think it, just like literally own it. Just, I know as I'm saying it, some of you guys are like, yep, I agree with him. And some of you guys are like, fuck him. But I want you, as I'm talking, to just think about this. It is, if you tell me you have a great coach, but they don't like working one-on-one, they don't want to go down that journey with someone individually. Oh, but they love changing lives, just not one-on-one. And then I had some of you give me the social thing. Like, they just don't like having to, talk to someone for an hour. What kind of fucking people do you have working for you? Are you going to ever think this person is going to be able to do sales? Do a consultation? Sit there and talk to someone one-on-one about their fears about getting started with fitness, why they've never done it before, why they've had pitfalls, but they can't work one-on-one with somebody? In the fitness industry, assholes, one-on-one is the professional standard. It's where we started. For those of us that came from the fitness industry, like myself, one-on-one is what you start with. You don't start with group. And Glassman is even publicly announced this. He has said it on Chris Cooper's podcast that he wishes more people would realize that this group thing was not meant to be the very first move. It was start on one-on-one and then grow it into group. Yet some of you guys sit there and justify, no, we have the best group coaching. You teach CrossFit. For those of you CrossFitters, those of you guys that are, not as, like you're not a CrossFit gym or you're less complex models, bear with me for a second. But for those of you CrossFitters listening to this, you teach the Olympic lifts. You teach climbing a 20-foot rope. You teach elementary to gymnasts, but intermediate to advanced gymnastics movements to the 45-year-old with bad shoulders. And you think that you can do all of that in a group setting with 12 other people, 20 other people? It is absolutely embarrassing as a fitness professional. Absolutely embarrassing and enraging to me, if you cannot tell. Imagine your doctor. What if your doctor did group, like instead of you going into his fucking office one-on-one and be like, dude, I got this green growth on my dick. He's like, yeah, we got a group thing going on. I'm just going to kind of evaluate all you guys, and you get this prescription, and you get this prescription, and you get this. Ooh, that's fucking gross. Like, what the fuck? You are the doctor on the gym floor. You are fixing human movement. All of you guys like to use that, like Greg Glassman, like lifeguards versus swim coaches, right? Where trainers and instructors are swim coaches and doctors heart surgeons, people that deal with your obesity and your cardiovascular disease, are lifeguards having to save people. We're there teaching people how to swim so they don't have to be saved. A lot of us like to wear that badge as I'm a trainer, I'm a coach, and I improve people's, but you won't work with someone one-on-one. Any of the coaches that listen to this and you've given that rap to your gym owner, shame on you. Shame on you. You are scared and embarrassed because you don't think you have what it takes to actually fix that person. For them to walk away in an hour and be like, yeah, that was worth $90. That was totally worth it. I couldn't kip and now I can. No, that was totally worth buying 10 sessions at $70 a pop for $700. Because now I feel like I can do a power clean. Now I feel like I could go ahead and control my midline. I know what it means to tuck my pelvis. Because you are afraid you're not worth it, because you're not probably a true fitness professional. You're on your way. And it's okay. And I've made a lot of content on this in the past. I actually had a conversation with a gym owner that I've been working with for about a year now, and he's going to go on from me. He's graduating, part of my catch and release program. And he's going to go work now with Sean Pastuch at Active Life, because he believes that he realizes I'm not a complete fitness professional yet. Now there's my staff, but I want them to be. And I'm on that journey, and I could not be happier. Those of you guys that sit there and you tell me like, yeah, my coaches don't like doing it. They don't like doing one-on-one. Holy fucking shit. Why? Why don't they? They'd rather do group. I know they would. I know why they would, but why can't you see it? Talk about the what the fuck moments for me when I see and have that conversation. And really, and you accept it. You fucking accept it. Do you realize a coach's role is like customer service based? Like a lot of our job is you have to be good with customers. Yeah, but I'm only good with 20 at a time, bro. Like, I'm only good when I can be distracted by the group, and my inabilities to be a perfectionist and to actually be a master of my craft goes unnoticed because there's a clock and weights dropping and music and I've got to run around. And I would rather be, you know what it is? It's the difference between teachers at your kid's grade school, your kid's, elementary school, grade school, and the fucking moms that work recess. God, I just pulled that out of my ass and I love it. Your coaches that do group only and don't want to do PT, they're the moms at fucking recess. They volunteer, they're good, no one fucking dies, but they are not a teacher. They are not a fucking professional. They are not crafting the young minds and making those kids who they're going to be when they grow up. You're just there to make sure that fucking Johnny doesn't eat too many rocks. That's what you're there for. So for those of you guys who are group fucking coaches and that is your thing and you won't do one-on-one, take that to fucking heart. Send me a video. I would love to have you on my fucking podcast segment. I may be wrong, but I doubt it, and I'd love to have this discussion. Would love to have this with any one of you who doesn't agree with me. God, that was just, you guys can tell how fucking much that shit means to me. Good God. One of the most recent what the fuck moment that, when I really think about it now, it comes obviously on this, the rebranding and repositioning thing, and not even for gyms that want to change anything, but gyms that are looking to kind of okay, I've never really thought about brand, and now I want to start thinking about brand. The gyms that are just content being like the alien ant farm of the microgym industry. You guys remember those fuckers, right? Annie, are you okay? Those guys, the guy looked really weird. He looked like an alien, right? They one-hit wonder, one and done. And I'm not talking one-hit wonder in the realm of locations. I think most of us should just stick with one location. I'm talking about you showed up on scene with a lot of pizzazz. You were really excited to open up the gym. You came out with fucking fire, right? Like any one-hit wonder does. You came out with fucking fire. You had nothing but passion in your goddamn belly. And then at some point, for some reason, with some, unknown variables, lack of money, lack of passion, bad things happen, you lost coaches, you lost members, your wife divorced, whatever I don't know what happened, but you just fade. And when I say fade, your desire, your fucking, your goals, your, what you wanted to do with the business starts to fade. And that's where we see these guys sell their businesses for pennies on the dollar. When I see a gym owner close down shop, and I'm a fucking nosy motherfucker, I will go and I will just, scroll back through their social media. And I will go back to when the gym started. And I've worked on this vlog piece. I've been really hesitant to pull the trigger on it. And I'll go back and look, and I see the post that they made when they opened up and how excited they were. And you guys know the posts are the ones where you sign the fucking lease and you're sitting there I did a thing today. We signed a lease. And you're jazzed up. You tell your friends, and it's like you're so excited to talk about it because you're embarking on this extremely, extremely challenging but exciting journey. And then something happens. It doesn't go the way you thought, and poof, you fade. You end up selling the business. Guys, that is like my biggest what the fuck moment right now when I look at the industry. Do not become the alien ant farm of the microgym industry. And I know one of you guys are going to come on and be like, Alien Ant Farm went on to do 17 more albums and they all went hyper platinum and they fucking got knighted by the queen and like whatever. I don't know. That's just the first fucking thing that came to my head. Alien Ant Farm. Yeah. Like think about that shit. What got you, like, why aren't you as jazzed up? It's because you're jaded. Why are you jaded? Because things didn't go the way you want. Why didn't they go? Well, did anyone just hear me go back to 14 years old and my voice cracked? Why didn't they go the way you want? Because something, you didn't have something figured out. You didn't plan hard enough. You let it be a clubhouse for whatever reason. We can go through all the different reasons. But that what the fuck moment of where you give up and you just kind of fade to the background. People just forget about you. You sell the business. Your friends will just, they're like, oh man, I'm really sorry to hear that. And then after a few years, they don't even, it's not really even a conversation point. Now, for those of you guys that did so purposely, you moved on, you exited with intent. Congrats. I'm really hesitant. I don't believe a lot of those when I was like, oh, no, I sold. It was good. It was a good move. We exited. I'm like, yeah, but it's a cash flow business. Like, I would never sell mine because it still makes me money and I don't work. Like, well, I don't understand unless you got some crazy offer, which no, this is not a seller's market these days. So I'm really always curious when someone's like, oh yeah, I sold the business. It was great. Like maybe my guess is it wasn't, and it wasn't really, you were fading. You were fading. Guys, I want you to think about this analogy of this like one hit wonder. What the fuck causes that to happen? Why the fuck do people flame out? It is because there are at-bats with no hits. It's because you are working and working and working and not seeing a reward. And in the beginning, the reward is, I love my clients. I love rolling up this bay door. I love going to the brewery with them on the weekends. I love going to these competitions. The open is so much fun. And you are revitalized and you get this shot of energy and adrenaline every fucking day. And then you start developing a tolerance to that medicine. Right? Showing up and high-fiving all your clients and like the jazz, getting all jazzed up when the open comes around and like someone hits a PR. These things slowly start to feed you less. They are not feeding your passion like they did in the beginning. And it's not bad. It is normal. And there are some of you guys like, I've been doing this for fucking 50 years and I still get just as jazzed up. Yeah, that might be, but you're not doing it for 50 years if you're not making any money. And I've talked about burnout before, where I believe burnout is simply effort without reward. And that reward eventually does have to come in the form of money, because it's why you open a business, is so you didn't have to get a job. And the reason you would get a job is so you would get paid. So now you have opened a business to substitute the pay, where you become your own boss and you pay you. So yeah, at some point, I get it. You could still love watching Sally hit her fucking snatch PR, and you could still love the fucking open and doing the social thing with the members and the noise of your bay door rolling up. But without the money, this thing will wear you down. Go look at the CrossFit affiliates that have closed up shop. Was it Dave Warner? He's CrossFit affiliate 0000001, the very first affiliate out in Seattle, I think. Gonzo, right? And I don't think he sold. I think he just closed up. Skip Chase, Mount Baker CrossFit, is that still? I'm thinking of like OG guys that like when I was in 2006 I was looking at. There's a lot of guys that are gone. A lot, and there's going to be a lot more. You think about, when you finally start thinking about your brand and your business and, how do I get enjoyment back out of it, or how do I make it something I'm really proud of and I enjoy? I think we go back to when we started and we think about what the things were that got me off then and refilled that fucking tank for me, and it's changed. A lot of it's changed. A lot of you guys don't get filled by how many of you guys are jaded now because the fucking open isn't your thing anymore, and it actually drives you nuts. Like I've talked about, the open is like going to Vegas. It's like, yeah, it's awesome, and then on the way back or like towards the end, you're just like, I need to get the fuck out of here. I know that's what the open's become for so many of you guys. You know, the holidays, the seasonal, so like, oh, fuck, it's going to be November. So many people are going to go on hold or cancel because of the holidays. You, like, dread it. Now you're dreading, like, the happiest season of the fucking year. How many of you guys are becoming the alien fucking ant farm of yourself, of your business? You're just slowly fading. You're disappearing. And in a long enough timeline, you know this fight won't last another 10 years. You can't go another 10 fucking rounds. That's one of my biggest what the fuck moments. Are the guys that can see it, like they know they don't, like currently right now, they don't have another hit. They don't have anything else that's going to fuel them. They don't have another Annie, are you okay in them? And they don't do anything to change. Every one of these gyms that have fizzled out and faded could have changed things. They could have if they wanted to. And be like, yeah, but I just didn't want to anymore. You didn't want to because you were not getting a reward. You were putting in work and not getting a reward. I promise you, trust me, from someone who has shifted gears on my business, I still love the gym because it gives me a reward. And anybody who owns a successful gym but doesn't have to work in it 60 hours a week and takes home a paycheck will tell you the same fucking thing. There's nobody that's like built the business and it pays them and they don't have to be in it. There's like, oh man, I really fucking hate getting that $7,000 a month check from the business that I literally go to 4 days a week to work out and I have 2 staff meetings for an hour a week. Man, I fucking hate that. I'm going to sell it. I'm going to sell it for $250,000 even though I've invested over $600,000 into this thing. It's just not there. I don't see it. I just, these what the fuck moments, man, when I think about them and the things that like put me palm the forehead and when I look at the fitness industry, these are the things, this is why I make content. This is why I come up with ideas like talking to myself, like the vlog, like, because I need to find more creative ways to talk to you guys because I know you've got issues. I know there are problems and I know there's plenty of people out there to help you fix them. Like there's no shortage of help. My mission is, I don't want to be the alien ant farm of gym business problem solving, right? So my goal is to have to constantly put out content that's going to strike people a little bit differently, that's going to look a little bit different, sound a little bit different, so I can keep your attention, so I can keep pushing. Like if you guys, any one of you guys who are OG, like you've been following What the Fuck Gym Talk, everything I've said on this today is not new. I've talked about it. This is just a different way of coming at it. And you know what? I'll get a different reward because of it. I will put one of this out, and I guarantee you this will generate a client on a long enough ROI. On a long enough tail ROI, this will create a client. It will create reward for me. It will get someone to enroll in Microgym University or sign up for the Self-Made Summit. Or, fuck, it might be like just Sally getting the PR. It might be 17 DMs I get over the next year saying, hey, man, I listened to the 3rd episode of Talking to Myself, and that shit lit a fire underneath me. And that would work. But if that's all I ever got, were fucking DMs of praise and videos and people, fuck yeah, legend. Like, if that was it, I wouldn't be able to do this long term. I need money. I need reward outside of this because I've opted into this as a job, as a career. There needs to be money associated with it. Remember, guys, money is not why we start a business. Money is needed to continue to run the business, to grow the business. Greg Glassman put it best, and I will end on this. Airliners, their goal is not to burn jet fuel. That is not their goal in business, is to burn jet fuel. But in order to get people safely from point A to point B, which is their goal, which is their core focus, they have to burn a fuck ton of jet fuel. It's an if-then thing. You needing money and reward is not a bad thing. Do not let anyone tell you you're a villain because you need that. You want that. But, if you don't prioritize it long enough, you will be the fucking alien ant farm. You will be the goddamn jump on the hood of the car, grab your nuts, scream at the top of your lungs, Annie, are you okay? Alien fucking ant farm of your sector of the microgym market, and I do not want that for you. Guys, until next time, thank you so much.
When there's no one else inside, in the crowd